Udehishigi juji gatame is an elbow lock achieved by taking your opponent's wrist and trapping his forearm between your thighs to stretch it back. Bend one knee and place it over your opponent's neck to restrain him. Place the tip of the other leg against his back near his armpit and press with your hips as you stretch his arm. Stretch his arm fully so that he can't bend, or stretch his elbow and tighten your knees to trap the arm between your thighs. The lock will be easier to apply if you take your opponent's wrist so that the thumb is turned upwards. This shows how to restrain his neck. And now going on from a Yoko Shiho gatame. After taking his arm with both hands, you may need to let go of one hand so that you can control his legs, depending on his movements. This shows how to apply the lock on your opponent as he attempts to rise. Stretch your hips to prevent him from getting up and apply the lock. Here's what to do if your opponent attempts to lift you up. Take advantage of his action to stop him from standing and use your left leg to force him down so that you can apply the lock. This is how to apply the lock when your opponent is kneeling between your legs. The thing to remember here is to place one leg on the mat and turn your body around so that it forms a cross with your opponent's. And this is what to do when your opponent attempts a seoi nage from a low position. Step over whichever arm your opponent uses to pull you and stretch it to apply the lock. This is how to attack an opponent who's on all fours. The main points are to lock your legs around your opponent's neck and grab hold of the tip of his foot so that you can throw him on his back. This is a match from the 1981 World Championships in the Netherlands. The final in the 78-kilogram division is between Adams of Britain and Japan's Kase. Let's watch Adams go from a seoi nage to a juji gatame, a technique he excels in. He attempts to apply the lock by turning Kase on his back. Failing, he makes Kase roll forward and succeeds in applying juji gatame.
十字固めに行くのがアダムス。捉える。カセは帰らなダメですね。帰らな。そのままで捉えますよ。体を返すことですね。はい。返すのはダメです。このままでは。このままではカセ。
This shows that you have to react according to your opponent's movements.
十字固め。敗れました。カセ敗れました。アダムスの優勝です。
Los Angeles Olympic champion Matsuoka applies a seoi nage followed by a juji gatame. Although his seoi nage was successful, he went on to apply a Katame Waza, showing his remarkable spirit. The 1991 world champion Tadanori Koshino performs a tomoe nage followed by an Udehishigi juji gatame. This is a good example of how a Katame Waza is used to deal the final blow. Here's Koshino again, attacking his opponent with a combination of osai komi and juji gatame.
もう少し2分半、半分過ぎました。 あ、十字ですね。
十字固めに行った。参った。カテドラ参った。
From the 1991 World Championships, here's the final match in the 95 kilogram and over category. Kozorotov of Russia demonstrates a well-executed Udehishigi juji gatame.
残り時間が1分20秒。モレノ・ガルシアが下になりました。来ました。ここの十字固めでこの10秒級優勝です。